Well, I got to tell you, my day really just took a turn yesterday. My wife called me up and she's like, what is going on? I have no idea what she was talking about. And she said, I thought you watched the news. I'm like, yeah, I do. And I just had been on my laptop and hadn't really been looking up at the screen. But at that point, I saw that Charlie Kirk, who, if you don't know who he is, he's a conservative activist. He was actually at the Palm Beach County Convention Center. I think it was back in July. He has Turning Point USA. And it's an interesting story on this guy. He goes to college campuses and he debates anybody. And he's all about, you know, hey, let's exchange ideas. We should have this. I'm such a believer in open exchange of ideas and being able to calmly discuss our differences and how we see things, because you can learn so much from it. Get an idea where people are coming from and see their side of it. And hopefully maybe you can alter your perspective, or maybe you can alter theirs. But it should be done through words and discussion. And my wife said, yeah, he just got shot. I said, oh my gosh. And I started watching the news and going on social media and saw more than I cared to see. And he was doing what he normally does, an outdoor event at Utah Valley University in Orem, Utah. And a sniper from 200 yards away took him out and got him in the neck. And I prayed for him and hoped that he was going to make it. But you could tell from the way he was shot, it just was not going to be something you would be able to sustain life from. And so he was assassinated yesterday. And what continues to be an ongoing slew of political violence in America. We haven't seen anything like what's going on here since the 1960s. And that was a troubling time. We didn't live through it, but, you know, from history and everything else with the assassinations of JFK and Robert Kennedy and Martin Luther King Jr. and Malcolm X and all those things. It just, you look now at what's been going on here in America, and I hate to say it, but, you know, we're starting to rival that. It's one thing after another.
We're going backwards.
Yeah, we just, it's escalated to a point where we're just not, we're not discussing, we're not hearing, we're lacking massive amounts of empathy in our society. We really are, that we can't hear something that we disagree with and have it not trigger us to the point of anger.
There's a spiritual deficit, it feels like.
Yeah, there really is. And it for so many reasons, I am so sad for not only the life that Charlie Kirk could have lived. He was 31 years old, and it was very fascinating because he opted to not go to college. This is a guy that he knew his positions very well. And even if you didn't agree with everything he said or even his viewpoint at all, he knew the material. And I always, no matter what side you're from, I admire people that really can debate. It's a skill, and to be able to put out your opinions and present them. But he has two very young kids. I just can't even imagine what that's all about, and young wife. And so, you know, that's really what is ultimately first in all of this. But I think it's really something for all of us, that if you get angry and partake and yell, scream on social media, I'm hoping, if anything, with the passing of Charlie Kirk, that you'll think twice about that. There's no reason for name calling. There's no reason for us to be as nasty and to have the vitriol that we do. You can disagree, and that should be American. I mean, that's what America's always been founded on. Our forefathers disagreed on a lot of things, and, you know, hopefully for the most part had friendly debates about it, and then founded this nation on what it is. But we are just not heading in that direction, because now we choose violence. We think that is the way to do it, and that is not the way to do it. And so if you've ever thought that was the way to do it, or continue with the name calling and being so nasty, realize that, you know, you're a participant in this. I think it's probably a day for all of us to check ourselves and things that we've said and things that we have done, to say, am I contributing to this? Am I helping America? Am I hurting America?
Am I making it more angry?
Yeah.
Or am I going to be somebody who makes it more peaceful and loving?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Did they catch the person?
They now have had two different people in custody. One was an older guy yesterday, and it seemed like they got him right away. And it was chaotic. I was trying to follow it on social media, along with seeing what was happening on the major news networks. And he was charged with obstruction, but he wasn't the shooter. Then late last night, as I had seen, they had a person of interest in custody that they were questioning. It seemed like, okay, they've got him. And then that person was released. And so they've had two in custody, two have been released. And as of this morning and coming in here, unless there's been any kind of update in the last hour, there has not been anybody that's been apprehended. They have minimal video of this. And in fact, a 200-yard shot That's pretty impressive. I mean, I'm not a master marksman at all, but I do know the shooting course that I go to, they have a range where you can go 200 to 300 yards and try to make a shot from there. And it's something that, I don't think it should be lost on people on how tough of a shot that would be.
Well, it sounds like whoever had it might have had like a bigger gun with a scope on it or something. And I feel like that would be harder to get out of a building without people seeing you.
Right. Well, there were some people, and there's videos they're trying to piece together, and this is going to be a very difficult process. There was one video that showed what looked like maybe somebody dressed in black on a roof, very similar to what we saw with the assassination attempt that happened on Donald Trump. And nothing is materialized with that. And there's a glimpse of, as everybody is scattering after the shot was fired yesterday, of almost looking like somebody in black running across one of the roofs in the background. Now, I don't know if there's anything to that because there's been a lot of things that have not materialized. So I don't want to add to the stuff that's out there, but I'm just letting you know what they're reporting right now basically is that they don't have anything. That's all they have.
There's a lot of misinformation also on social media.
Absolutely.
With everything.
Well, I mean, I was trying to read and try to catch up on everything, and I don't even want to repeat stuff because I don't even know if it's true or not. So I'm just kind of listening to Kevin.
Yeah. So, and look, I'm removed from what is happening now, and that's all I had seen as of this morning. But, there's a lot of underlying themes that even if we don't know who it was that shot Charlie Kirk, we can remember him for at least being a loving father and a husband. And, he cared about open debate and discussion, and that's the way it should be. And I saw this video. Somebody was interviewing him. And it's always kind of interesting because at 31, you don't think to ask somebody about the totality of their life or how they want to be remembered. But that was the question that came up. And I think today, if Charlie were here, he would probably still say this and say, play this clip for me.
I'm just flesh and bone, but more importantly, I'm a soul. And that soul is accountable to one being. I mean, I've had an unbelievably blessed life. Been doing this now. It'll be 12 years on June 5th.
Such a young man to do it.
So young.
Yeah, so praise God. I mean, I've been all across the world. I've met with world leaders. I've flown in Air Force One, got to know a president. I have an amazing family, the podcast, Turning Point USA, all that stuff. And so you experience that and you're like, what actually matters? What matters is your relationship with the divine, your relationship with your family, your kids, and maybe a close collection of friends, and your relationship with the truth.
Well, he founded Turning Point USA, and I kind of feel like we are right now at a turning point for USA. And the question is, which direction do we turn? And I hope it's for the better. And I hope that people learn something from this and we become a better place. And I think Charlie would probably want the exact same, that if he had to lose his life, that he wants America to be a better place. And I hope that's exactly what we're going to get.